to get, oh my gosh. Woo! We almost just slammed into a Tesla. Why are you driving so bad?
I don't know where we're going. This thing's not talking to me, so I'm looking down at the friggin' map because you're recording.
This is how I die. Oh my gosh, don't hit the Tesla!
We're so far away from the Tesla.
Alright, I know this looks like the intro to a scary movie. It's all dark and stuff. And I know it looks like this might be a video about doing an adventure in Mark's E36.
It's gonna be a scary adventure because I'm driving.
It's true. So we're en route to MotoIQ, and the reason being is because I had delivered my street car there to get a diagnosis. And why, you ask? I got a diagnosis at MotoIQ, and why we couldn't just do it ourselves? Well, great question. We tried, and we couldn't figure out the freaking problem. It was so frustrating. It's been just like having these intermittent issues that have been really hard to replicate. The timing kept going off. It sounded like there was a misfire happening. The car would be like low on power. It was almost like in a limp mode sort of thing, not totally. First shop I took it to, we replaced the coil pack on cylinder 4, and I fixed the problem. And then I took it drifting at Adams, and I clutch kick, and the problem came back again. I took it to another shop, and the second shop discovered that the coil pack on cylinder 4 was loose. The spark plug on cylinder 4 was gapped incorrectly. We got all new spark plugs, gapped them all correctly. Everything was totally fine after that. I took the car to a cruise, a mountain cruise on Thanksgiving morning with Mark. The car I stopped and was getting back onto the road and almost stalled. Not my finest moment in life, but I guess that shock, that vibration to the vehicle brought the problem back. Mark and I tried to diagnose. It was the same codes that had been happening, and we bought brand new coil packs and installed the coil packs, and the problem still persisted. So we've been trying to figure out the problem, and I couldn't figure it out. So took the car to MotoIQ because I was tired of it, and with my race car is like the main focus of what we work on, and then we have Mark's E36 that he works on. It's just like too many projects. I know people are like, why don't you just fix it yourself? Well, we don't have time. We don't have time. We work full time, both of us, and we have way too many cars, way too many. MotoIQ, they're kind of Nissan experts. I trust them. I know they know what they're doing. And the main technician there used to be a tech at Nissan. And they also had tons of EQ parts laying around where we could like test that out. They have discovered the issue. So we're gonna dive deeper into that when we get there, but gonna go bring home my baby. Stay tuned. We just got to MotoIQ after that freaking super long drive. Look at these pretty little Christmas lights they keep on year round for all the cheer. What's up?
Oh, what up, Ray?
Hi. Where's everyone else?
Well, it's 7:15.
Well, okay.
Friday night.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Okay.
We're closed for business.
How's my car doing?
Runs when it starts.
What does that even mean?
It means that your battery's totally dead. That's for starters.
Get it?
It's running fine. Like I said, I sent you the picture of that spark plug that didn't have any gap on it, so I'm not sure how that happened.
So you guys did a compression test, right?
Yeah, leak down a compression test.
And what were the
But that
numbers?
was after diagnosing the misfire. So the regapping of the plug fixed that part of it. But then we did the compression test to be safe and found that number 4 is a little hurt. Which, I'm not sure if it's related. Like, Howard did put a borescope in there and try to kind of take a look around, but nothing really conclusive. The ticking noises, while it's running, you're definitely going to need some sort of valve adjustment at least. But at that point, you got to take kind of like the front half of the engine apart. So if you do that, you may as well handle the number 4 cylinder thing and just rebuild it. So that's kind of where you're at. You should just kind of run it as is until you want to go through a full rebuild, which it will need at some point.
Cool. I'm so excited.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah, cool. Well,
But
thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Can you show the people the shop, please? I've been here a million times. I'm unimpressed by everything here, but everyone else that walks in is like, what? What? That's a MotoIQ?
Let's see, what do we have in the shop today? Well, I guess for those folks that don't know about our shop, kind of the side closest to us without the lifts, it's kind of our own man cave. The folks, the ownership of this place.
Oh.
Mike Kojima, Jeff Ayer, Martin Gonzales.
So it's not just the Kojima show.
to the eyes, yes it is. And on the background, Jeff and I are kind of paying the bills and doing the business stuff. You kind of take a tour through this. Project F5. Yeah, that's my baby. Mike's Evo 9, Jeff's C7, Jeff's V8 RX7. The G20 is my race car. Then we
Wait, did you just refer to a G20 as a race car?
Yeah, bro. And anyone watching this that knows G20s, you know stuff. This area is kind of a Mike's coat rack. A really clean S13 that was built for road racing. This belonged to our friend Cheston, and he no longer wanted it. But he was paying rent, so it's totally cool. So it's totally okay for him to have this here. But the second that Mike heard that he wanted to sell it, I bought it, and
Wait, so it never left?
so it never left. It never even moved from the lift. That is now Mike's S13 for some reason. We have a rotting S13 shell as well. That is also Mike's rotting S13 shell.
Yeah, for now.
That, for now, as far as he knows. Ian, that's Ian's WRX. The video that went live today on our YouTube is on his EJ20 build. On the top is Mike's blown up Subi. There's a running theme here.
Oh, I got the Rona!
Mike's E46 with an E92 V8. That's what the swap in there.
Oh.
So he's in the process right now of, there'll be a Quave sequential in there, and he's got to figure out the standalone, the ECU for all of that. So it's going to be months.
Years.
Years. B14 Sentra. That's what that SR20 on the table belongs to. So I'm in the middle of building an engine for that.
Oh.
While we're here, we could talk about Project G20.
Oh my gosh.
You know, the hottest ass car here.
Okay. Wow, very cool.
My Z32 that finally made it off the top rack after you've seen it most of its life.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
From the top, actually.
Started from the top, now we're here.
We're finally going to work on that. It will be for sale, so if anyone wants a very low mileage Z32.
But for how much? 50,000?
Probably close to that, yeah.
What?
I mean, yeah, there's history behind that car. That's the sport compact car. It's the Z32 project.
Oh my god.
Back in the day. Like 600 horsepower. Every upgrade you could do to Z32.
Yeah, but it's a Z32.
All the
Why you pouring me? I'm right.
JDM parts that all the JDM families are JDM tail light, the JDM front grille. FRS. Project FRS.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. No, we're actually working on it. So Mike ended up putting all the road race Weissfab kit. So all that's on there now. But unfortunately, it kind of looks like your car's in the back. So
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Just look at the back. Something completely not functional.
Okay, what you meant to say, look at that sick fitment in the back though. Look at that.
Stupid.
You can't even put any fingers in there. That's perfect.
That's what she said.
We're waiting for newer springs and purchase from KW so we can raise it up a little bit. And then take it back out on track and test it. Jeff's DC2.
Peg.
My daily with E13.
Cute.
So it's an older Celica. It's basically getting it ready for the owner to put a new engine in it and actually use it. This old Z got a VQ35 swap. That's pretty cool. Howard got that all running.
Screw those motors.
Yeah, kind of. This was running smooth and tin stuff.
Must be nice. Can't relate.
Engine.
Yoda gang.
Got carburetors and stuff, so I guess that's kind of cool.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah.
Easier.
I don't know anything. No, it's not.
I mean, less electrical BS to go wrong.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Carbs are evil. Keto life? Stupid. I'm just kidding. I'm not keto. Can I have some of those?
One more thing, we recently did get our alignment rack,
I
so
see
that's
that.
another service we can provide. So if anyone's looking for race setup, that type of stuff, if you have your angle kits and all those links and your shit,
I'll bring my S13.
Yeah. Okay.
It has all the adjustable things.
Yes. Okay. If anyone is interested in our engine building services, or if you want your suspension, brakes, performance upgrades done here,
Dyno?
or dyno services. We don't do tuning. You gotta provide your own tuner. That's not something we touch. But anyways, MotoIQ.com, top left on the site, there's a MotoIQ Garage services link. You can submit your information there and we'll get back to you.
Cool.
Thank you, Rathy.
All right, leaving MotoIQ. I'm too tired to do a cool outro, so bye. Okay, let's go start my car and make sure it turns on. Make sure, check their work, you know. Can't trust these guys. Is that Senor Picklesworth?
Get the camera out of my face. This is why.
Dude, you secretly like it. What do you mean?
Ever work normal?
My cars work just fine. You guys are such haters.
Can someone please open the hood of this? Right? Do it.
She lives.
Whoa, what's that noise? Why it sound like that?
Why are you making that face?
Me?
Yeah.
It's just need some oil on the lifters.
That doesn't sound too good.
You know what I would do? I'd sell it
I'm gonna sell it.
and get a real car.
That's my plan. Don't you know my plan?
No.
I'm getting. I didn't want to film this yesterday because it was so dark at MotoIQ, but I picked up my street car last night and I drove it home 70-ish miles and it felt good. The car felt fine. Honestly, this is the best it's felt since the last year or so. I want this car. I just really want a reliable street Z. That's what I've been wanting. I'm trying to get back to like my roots, so to speak. When I first got into cars, I was in a street Nismo 350Z and it was like my street car. It was my daily driver. It was the only car I had and I learned how to drift in it. And yes, it had a welded diff and a extended e-brake and like coilovers and stuff, like pretty basic stuff. I had 20s on it. I was running on 305s, really sticky tire. It didn't feel like a sketchy drift car that I had on the street. It was more of like my street car that I took drifting every once in a while. Now I feel like I've gone down like this dark path. My S13's a good example of that. It was a street car at first, then I just like totally overhauled it, and now it's like, yeah, it's streetable, but it's like totally gutted, bucket seats. It's just like, it's still not a street car. Even if it is a street car, like I kind of want like just a nice street car with AC and a stereo and like comfort, something that I could take to the canyons, go to car meets. And then if I want to go to the track with it, like now that I'm starting to get an interest more in time attack, like I want to be able to have something that's fun for that setting and then maybe eventually turn it into a drift car. But like, I don't want it to become a drift car first and then I try to like street drive it. I'm kind of over it. I don't need 3 drift cars. I just need 2 drift cars and a street car. I want something fun. I want something a little bit newer or maybe the same year as this. I've always liked chassis before I even really got into drifting. That was a car I really loved. And so that's kind of what I'm exploring now. So we'll see if I actually bite the bullet. I can't imagine myself, like, I mean, I'm never gonna not own a Z. My race car, I still have it. I've owned a Z since I was 16, I'm 31. Yeah, dude, I've owned a street car, a Z for 15 years now. Wait, did I do the math right? Yeah, 15 years. That's crazy. That's half of my life, literally. And so these are the chassis I know. I don't know anything I like them, but I don't know anything about them. I think it's time. I think it's time to sell this car. I don't know. Should I sell this car? I should sell this car, right? Yeah, I'm gonna sell this car. All right, stay tuned. He's sad. It's time to say goodbye.